Hello my soccer universe, to the last video of the year. We're looking back at what happened over the weekend, including the Monday in Portugal and in England. I would argue, while most of the focus of course was on the Premier League, that the biggest game was in Lisbon between Sporting, who made a big call ahead of the game, and Benfica. It went actually Sporting's way. We still have very much a three-way title race in Portugal, something that we do not have in the Premier League. Everything is going in Liverpool's favour. They get a very easy win, Chelsea falling off, Arsenal still to play. However, they have lost Bukayo Saka for considerable time thanks to a muscular injury that needed to even to be operated, so not good news for Arsenal, who still have to play in this round. However, decided to do it on New Year's Day. The surprise second place in England is at the moment Nottingham Forest, but you really don't see them challenging. City are back to winning ways, but I also don't see City challenging even if they would go for a run, so it all looks good for Liverpool. And there was also a whole lot more pain for United, being completely outclassed by Newcastle despite the rather generous score line. So let's review the action in those two leagues. Wouldn't you know it? Just before the end of the year, Manchester City can grab another win. However, it was laid out for them, a 2-0 at Leicester. Savinho gave City the lead in the 21st minute. And then Haaland had one in the 74th minute after De Bruyne initiated the attack. Maybe with De Bruyne in the lineup, it might have more stability. Crystal Palace got a 2-1 home win over last place Southampton. Southampton took the lead in the 15th minute through dribbling. However, after a corner by Hughes Chaloba, heads it in. However, there was so much contact on the goalkeeper. I think anywhere else but England this goal would not have counted. And then Emre Eze, just after the half, gives Crystal Palace the winner. Meanwhile, Forest at least temporarily move into second place after a 2-0 win at Everton. Yes, Everton can not only draw top teams, they can also lose to them, and Forest at the moment has to be considered a top team. I really loved the go-ahead goal where Chris Wood heads it over to Elanga, who heads it back to him, and then he more or less takes it out of the air, makes it 1-0 in the 15th minute, and he also assists Gibbs White in the 61st minute for the second goal. After the big win at Stamford Bridge, Fulham only managed a 2-2 at home to Bournemouth despite taking twice the lead. Raul Jimenez in the first half equalized by Evan Nielsen in the 51st minute, and Harry Wilson again re-established the Fulham lead, only to be equalized in the 87th minute by Ouattara. And we also saw a 2-2 draw between Spurs and Wolves. Hwang actually gave Wolves the early lead, however quickly equalized by Bentancur, who heads it in from a corner kick by Pedro Porro. Then the huge chance to take the lead, however Son's penalty, and you could see it in the run-up, there was not as much confidence there, was saved just before the half, though. It was a really nice attacking move over Kulusevski to Brennan Johnson to give Spurs the lead. However, they cannot extend that lead in the second half and are punished by it when Strand Larsen equalizes late on. And then in the third game in London on that day, Liverpool go to West Ham and just casually beat them 5-0. Took a while until they took a lead, 30th minute through Luis Diaz. Then a really brilliant move by Mohamed Salah assists Gakpo for the second goal, and then Mohamed Salah himself gets the third. It was done at halftime whistle. Alexander-Arnold and Diogo Jota add two more. In that form and with that cushion, it is really hard to see anyone but Liverpool winning the title. With Arsenal's game being pushed into the new year, we had only 3 games on Monday to sort of complete round 19, so we are almost at the halfway point with a few games in hand. The most exciting game of these was of course Villa's 2-2 draw with Brighton. However, the other two will definitely grab more headlines as they were kind of emphatic results against big teams. But let's talk about Villa against Brighton. Brighton took a lead through Adingra, however Villa were much the better team, turned the game around with an Ollie Watkins penalty before, and then Morgan Rogers right after the half after an Ollie Watkins assist, who of course stepped in for Jon Duran. However, Villa cannot convert their dominance into another goal, and so late on Lamptey gets an equalizer for Brighton, and it ends in a 2-2 draw. Again, a rather disappointing result for Villa. As soon as the holidays got started, Chelsea's form is definitely taking a dip now. They lost to Fulham, now they lose 2-0 at Ipswich. Arguably the foul for the penalty that Delap then converts in the 16th minute was a little bit of a soft one, but contact was there, so it had to be given. Then Chelsea had a few chances. A João Felix goal was disallowed, but right after the half, Delap assists Hutchinson, and it's 2-0, and there's no comeback from Chelsea. Huge win for Ipswich, their first home win of the season. But I'm sure all the headlines will look at Manchester United 0, Newcastle 2. And this could have gotten really, really ugly for United if Newcastle wouldn't have started to cruise in the second half. Isak, or in the 4th minute, heads it home for the opener. Then utter dominance. United not presence. Anthony Gordon assisting Joelinton in the 19th minute to make it 2. Tonali hitting the post. There was another goal by Isak, clearly disallowed for offside. So it was very much one-way traffic. And as I said, Newcastle could have made this a really emphatic scoreline, however decided to cruise. It's only a 2-0 loss for United, adding even more pressure onto Ruben Amorim. Liga Portugal ended 2024 with not one but 2 derbies and 2 surprising results along the way as well, but one after the other. We had on Saturday evening Porto taking on local rivals Boavista in a very one-sided affair. It's a 4-0 win for Porto through Samu, Nico Mora and Samu again scoring the goals. Boavista at the moment are a shadow of their former self, so that was to be expected. Porto at that point even taking the lead in the table. However, the big news in Portugal was that Sporting sacked their coach and took Rui Borges from Vitória de Guimarães. And in the first game without their coach, that led them to a second spot in the Conference League phase. They only managed a 2-2 draw at Farense, gaining a go-ahead goal to make it 2-1 in the 91st minute, only to concede a very, very late equalizer. Their local rivals Braga suffer a shock defeat to Casa Pia at home, only managing an equalizer in the first half. The winning goal came through Moreira in the 70th minute. But all eyes were, of course, of the Derby de Lisboa, where Rui Borges got a winning start for Sporting, beating Benfica 1-0. It was very much a game of 2 halves. In the first half, it was all Sporting, creating many chances. Victor Gyökeres actually missing a few, but he also assists Katamo for the go-ahead goal. It was an easy tap-in for Katamo from a little bit of a distance, though. But at that moment, you thought, yeah, Sporting are really gonna put a stamp on that game, and a stamp on the league potentially. However, in the second half they were really holding on. Benfica putting loads of pressure on them, however they cannot really convert. But on the flip side, Sporting also missed a big chance to make it 2-0 when a counter-attack where they had, I think, a 4-on-2 was really poorly played out. In the end, Sporting back on the winning track, huge win over Benfica, a result that still keeps it a 3-way title race, but now the signs are more pointing towards Sporting and Porto. However, Benfica still very much in it. And then in the Monday evening game, Santa Clara use Braga's slip-up to move into 4th place thanks to a 2-1 win at Famalicão. They had a 2-0 lead through Gabriel Silva penalty and Sidney Lima. Then Sorriso cuts the lead in half. However, Santa Clara hold on. They're the sensation of the league at the moment. So that was it for 2024. The new year 2025 will kick in with quite a few leagues already. Spain is coming back for certain, and then a little bit later we also add Germany and the Netherlands. So we'll get to a much fuller program. Cup competitions will start. January is usually a very crazy time, despite there not being any European action. However, this year there is European action as well. In any case, please let me know what you thought about the games that happened over the weekend, the last ones of the old year. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more, and I will talk to you soon about more things in my soccer universe. Bye! Hey there! I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, here are some videos and playlists that you may enjoy too. Also, please consider subscribing to my channel and hit the little bell icon so you get notified whenever something happens in my soccer universe. And with that, have a wonderful day. Bye!